ALG really saved me. I put all of my success on joining this group. People constantly checking in saved me.
I made so many friends with people that I've never met, but I feel incredibly close to, and I consider them family.
It really is a family. It is a place where you can just be yourself and there is no judgment. There is no shame. You are so welcome there.
Nobody has to be in this alone. Everybody is either going through or has gone through the same thing at one point.
Let's do this.
Welcome back to the ALG podcast. If you're listening to this on the day of drop, then happy Friday to you. Really quick at the top of the show, if you could please 5-star rate and review the show. We really appreciate those 5-star rate reviews, and we like to read the reviews. I like the 5 stars more. David's a nerd. He likes to read.
I like
All right.
4s.
Yes, you do. Anyway, open the door. Walk right in.
Yeah, I kind of T-balled that up for you.
Yeah, you did. That was good.
I did not connect the dots before I said that.
Nope, not at all. You never do. Best intro thus far. Really quick, guys, if you want to the highest state of readiness, redcon1.com, promo code T20JRPS, Real Good Foods, promo code the gains in between. All right, fuck all that noise. Let's just get right to it. Today, we have a really special guest coming to you from the Palm. Where are you in Michigan? Can you do the hand thing for everyone at home?
I am about right over here. So
yeah.
that's
He's actually within a 20-minute radius of me.
She's like a quarter pinky away from David, guys. Like a quarter pinky. So
and actually, it's super fascinating how this all kind of transpired. A buddy of mine who I graduated high school with just literally texted me. He was like, yo, this girl, I just met her. She's lost over 100 pounds. She needs to be on your show. Set it up. I'm like, let's find out.
Then I got a text 10 minutes later. Hey, there's this girl who lives in the same state as me. Yeah.
I thought I was the only fat person in Grand Rapids.
No, definitely not.
So anyway, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you Abby Gronsman. Abby, welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate this. I've never done anything like this before. So
really?
It's your first podcast.
This is your first podcast?
Second interview. First podcast.
I was recently interviewed for an article through the hospital that did the surgery. So I kind of have a little bit of interview background, but
wow,
not a podcast.
I would really like to apologize first and foremost before we dive into this. Because if this is your first interview, wow. All right.
It's going to be a shit show.
It's going to be a fucking shit show. So the rules are as followed. You can curse, obviously, because I've done it 9 times by now. And basically just sit back, relax, try to have a good time. You know?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about yourself. I know that you're from the Hand.
I am from Michigan. I am 21 years old and I go to Grand Valley State University where I'm majoring in elementary education and I want to be an elementary science teacher.
Very dope.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Has education always been your passion?
No, so I actually started out at Michigan State doing pre-med. But
really?
Like everyone else, you come to realize that it's a lot of school and no one wants to do all that work.
What was the class?
Usually
it's like one class. You're like, all right, this is not going to happen. Okay.
I'm pretty sure it was anatomy.
I hit orgo and I was like, nope.
See, I didn't get that far.
Yeah, college, I drove to the parking lot. I pulled out. I said, fuck this. That was me. That's how I did it.
Some days I want to do that, but we got to keep going.
I don't recommend you doing that.
Yeah. I'm too far already.
Yeah, no, don't do that. So education, that's really cool. Tell me a little bit about your past life before VSG. So I know that, before we hopped on the call, you mentioned that you had VSG. So how far out are you first of VSG?
So I had the surgery October 2 of 2019. So I just recently had my 2-year post-op.
Congratulations. That's incredible. And
Thank
how
you.
much are you down?
I am down 105 pounds.
That's awesome. That is incredible.
We still need to get a little button. It's like, bam, 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 bam.
That would be really useful.
I'm waiting for it to show up at my doorstep. Maybe Santa will bring it to me this year. Anyway,
Cole.
Maybe.
Cole.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your background. How was it growing up? Were you, a happy kid? Were you bullied? I want to just get into the nitty gritty.
All right. Well,
because I was bullied. I'm gonna tell you right now, I was a fat kid growing up. I want to make you feel as comfortable as possible. So I was a
Yeah.
fat kid growing up. I was the fat, funny kid. People called me Brucey behind my back. Have you ever seen Matilda?
Yes, is that the kid that ate all the chocolate cake?
Bingo. So they said that I looked like they said I looked like
That was my favorite scene when I was a kid.
See? This is what I'm saying. So tell me about your trauma.
All right. So I lost my father when I was 6 years old.
Wow.
So he had esophageal cancer and he got diagnosed, I think, in January, and he was gone by June. So it was a really
Wow.
quick thing.
I'm so sorry.
And after that, I guess, I mean, I was 6, so I don't really have that much memory about it, but I guess I turned to food for comfort. But I wouldn't say that that held me back from doing anything that I wanted in my life. I was a very intense swimmer. I actually was a part of a club team for more than 8 years. And that was
Wow.
like swim practice every single day for 2 hours after school. Some days you would have morning practice. And then when I did high school, we would have like lifts and stuff too. But I was definitely bullied when I was in elementary school. There's instances where kids just want to pick on you because you look different than everyone else.
Of course.
And that definitely affected me, but I feel like it didn't affect me to the point where I just gave up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I still wore what I wanted to wear. Yes, I struggled with jeans. I could never find any jeans that fit me right. But I always had a good group of friends. I always had my head on my shoulders, other than when I got to high school, and then it started to, like affect me more as I grew up. So I went through high school still wearing exactly what I wore. I wasn't afraid to wear a bikini at 250 pounds.
Go girl.
Yeah, I mean, I had no problem with that. I guess my issue was more inside my head. I definitely struggled with anxiety, probably from losing my dad and just all that stuff. But then I realized, like, once I got to college, the weight just kept adding on and adding on and adding on. And I felt like I had been pretty active my entire life. I always tried to lose weight and diet. I did Weight Watchers. I did literally everything that you can think of.
You said the sinful word to John, our people.
Weight Watchers. Yep.
It's the cult.
My mom does it, and she swears.
My
by
stepmom does it. My stepmom does it. I know.
Everyone who loves it, like, they see great results, but it just didn't work for me. And I even did like personal training, like even this gym that had like, it was called like Coco Fitness. It had like computers that would, it had computers, and it would like guide you what, like you had like this, what's it called? One of those file things that you put in the computer.
Oh, a little key fob thing.
Flash drive?
Yeah, a flash drive.
Yeah.
And they tracked your stuff.
So you would put it in the treadmill or the elliptical, and it would have you like have a designed workout for you to do. And then you would put it in like the strength one as well.
Okay.
So
question
I did that.
for you.
Wait, hold on. Before your question. No. You mean to tell me that you used to go up to like a lat pull down and put in a flash drive, and it'd be like, okay, Abby, today you're doing. Really?
It was like this whole entire machine. It had like, so you go to Planet Fitness, you have those machines where they have the pull.
Like bent over row.
Things. Yeah. So it was one of those, and you had all of the accessories to attach to it, and you would just go through the program, and it would just tell you what to do.
Interesting. Where was this?
Okay, that's cool.
This was in.
Was it in Lansing or in GR?
No, it's in Grand Rapids. They had one that was on 28th Street, kind of by Ada, but it closed.
Gotcha.
And then they had another one.
Oh, actually, was this by the swim place? Was it right next
to
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I
Michigan.
did that for a while. And I really liked it. I liked that it was personalized, but I just wasn't seeing any results at all.
Right.
And I also consider myself, a mildly healthy eater. Like, I like eating fruits and vegetables and healthy food. But my problem was in moderation. I didn't have like a limit.
You didn't know portion control.
No, exactly.
Because that was going off my question, which was like, if you swam for 8 years, obviously that's a huge calorie burn.
Yeah.
And so did you, once you graduated high school and then you transitioned, I'm sure you were not working out the same volume that you were in high school.
No, and I only swam up until my freshman year of high school.
Okay.
So then after that, I would try and go to the gym as much as I could, with working and stuff like that.
Right.
And obviously I was not as dedicated to it as I am today, but I felt like I was still trying as hard as I could. And at that moment, and nothing was happening. So when I got into halfway through my freshman year of college, I realized that like I wanted to make a bigger change with this. And I was actually really nervous to talk to anyone about it. I didn't even want to tell my mom, but I knew that I needed to tell her because I was under her insurance. So
yeah.
So I told her, and she was like, I don't know why you would ever be nervous about talking about this with me. Like, I know that you've struggled your whole life with something like this. And I think that if you want to go along with this surgery, like I'm here for you and I'm going to support you the whole way.
Absolutely. I mean, that's fantastic. Like you don't hear, when it comes to bariatric surgery stories, you hear either my family was super supportive. They made posters when I got out of surgery and they were standing there like, go me. And then you have people like me, who's like old school Italian family, like, are you fucking out of your mind? Like you're going to go have surgery. You're going to cut your stomach. You're never going to be able to eat again. So, I mean, I think that it's a breath of fresh air to hear, that there are supportive families out there. That's awesome. But what I wanted to know is, so you'd never had any underlying health condition that you knew of? Like you had no hyperthyroidism. I'm going to mess up the abbreviation, PCOS, nothing like that, right?
No, I only had asthma and then like seasonal allergies. Asthma sucks. I still have asthma. You literally feel like you can't catch your breath half the time, even after you go lose 100 pounds. So I thought it would go away, but it didn't.
That's John's.
It will. But now here's my question for you, because now I think I might have discovered it. You had did you have severe asthma? Were you like a pretty asthmatic kid?
Well, yeah, but it was only like exercise induced. And then when it got to be winter and then all the
winter's
cold air, that's really hard.
So you were on steroids?
Sometimes, only when it got really bad. I just had my like albuterol inhaler.
Oh, okay. So like I had really bad asthma my whole entire life. Just to give you a little bit of background on me, I was on, do you know what prednisone is?
Yeah, actually I had to use also my nebulizer. So I had sometimes prednisone and albuterol.
Yeah. So I was on prednisone for 13 years straight. And the side effects of prednisone is stunted growth or weight gain. Okay. So I was 500.
I didn't know that.
Fucking 10 pounds. Yeah. So what would happen is I would, the side effects of prednisone are like moon face, uncontrollable appetite. You gain weight for absolutely no reason. Your whole body swells up for no reason. So I was on that medicine just all the time growing up. And next thing I knew, I was over 500 pounds. And the problem that I had was that every time I would, do a Weight Watchers, go on a diet, start exercising, yada, 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 life would catch up to me. It'd become winter time. I'd automatically have an asthma attack or whatever was going on. My asthma would catch up to me, end up back in the hospital, back on prednisone. Whatever weight I lost, it would automatically get put back on. And it was just like a losing battle, which is why I turned to bariatric surgery, because what it allowed for me to do is it allowed for my body to play catch up. So like, I had naturally lost 88 pounds before I had bariatric surgery. And then when my body had the time to catch up, my asthma got better. So I was able to do more in the gym. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
So yeah, I was just, as soon as you said asthma, I was like, wait, maybe
I know,
maybe I have
never
it.
really thought of it like that, but that's definitely, that could have been playing a role.
Sometime. No, without a doubt. Yeah. So you go and have a consultation. You bring your mom or you go alone?
I brought my mom. My mom has been with me every single step of the way.
Wow, I'm so jealous of this relationship.
We've gone through a lot together. So, I mean, losing her husband, having to raise 3 kids by herself, it hasn't been easy. And I feel like just having a good relationship with your daughter is something that's important.
And where are you in the family tree? Are you youngest, middle, oldest? Okay, oldest. Okay.
I'm the oldest. Yep.
Damn. So you got to be a good little soldier for everybody. And you just got to.
I do.
Wow. Shout out to Mama G. I hope she listens to this.
She will. She will be listening.
Good.
So
Big shout
question
out to
for
her.
you, talking about right before you have the consult, you say how you ate in the what would be deemed as the healthy realm. You're eating fruits, you're eating vegetables, you're eating normal food.
Yeah.
And you say the portions were off. What would be a day? Like if you say a normal routine of before you went about the process, what did that look like for you?
So let's see. For breakfast, I usually would always just have cereal.
I gotta know what
kind
cereal. Yeah.
Come on. We talking like Cinnamon Toast Crunch kind of cereal? We talking about oat flakes?
So-
what are we talking here?
So my mom is actually, this is a big backstory. My mom actually works for Spectrum Health. So she,
Really?
She's a neonatal nurse practitioner. So she works with the real tiny babies in the NICU.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
So they probably, my dad's a retired cardiologist from Spectrum. So
Oh yeah, maybe they know each other. So she has always had like a healthy background. You know, we were not allowed to eat junk food growing up, but I guess maybe that's what made me want to eat junk food when it was presented to me, because
That's
I
bad,
was never
right.
allowed it. But not putting blame on anyone. for
no,
that.
you just talk about, I say the same shit, which is like, I talk about my reality. My reality was I was given sunshine and rainbows and I was never told no. If I wanted McDonald's, I got McDonald's. If there was a Costco size bag of Reese's in the house, I ate the whole thing and no one said shit. So that's just the way it was.
Yeah. But back to what I would eat. So for cereal, I love like Honey Nut Cheerios and Cheerios, which is super weird for like
Plain
kids.
Cheerios is my favorite
They're
cereal of all
so
time.
good. They're so good, and I get made fun of for still eating them all the time, but
So do I.
they're good. And then like I love Raisin Bran.
Okay, now you're weird.
Obviously,
No.
I love the occasional bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch as well. If someone gave me a box of Lucky Charms, I would also eat that hands down. You don't like Lucky Charms? No? The marshmallows get me.
I'm telling you, plain Cheerios is the GOAT.
Cinnamon Toast
They
Crunch
are really good.
I would go through an entire box. And then when you drank the milk afterwards,
That is
Or like
really good too.
plain cornflakes with nothing on it. Yeah, that's.
cardboard?
See, I'm not with the
Well, wasn't
cornflakes.
cornflakes were invented in your neck of the woods, right?
Oh
Kinda,
yeah,
sorta?
literally it's right, but it's
Battle
Kalamazoo.
Battle Creek.
Battle Creek,
Michigan.
That was
Kalamazoo.
Battle Creek.
No, it's
Battle
Battle
Creek?
Creek.
Battle
She's
Creek.
right.
Battle Creek.
Yeah, she's Battle Creek.
I knew it was somewhere in that general direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kellogg's company is there. They make all the cereal.
So would they come to like the elementary schools when you guys were kids and like be like, here's some cereals?
I don't think so. That would have been a really good idea.
I actually think we did.
Really?
Forest Hills, I think we had these boxes of cereal all the time, the little mini boxes.
The little mini ones.
Yeah, we get the mini ones all the time.
Yeah.
You crazy Michiganders and your cereal and your.
All right,
fucking-
so breakfast was cereal. What was lunch?
Lunch, honestly, whatever presented itself to me. I'm a real big fan of melted cheese on anything.
Oof. Yes.
That gets me.
too.
Carbs. I love carbs. But even when I would like eat carbs or whatever, I would try to side balance it with like vegetables.
More cheese. Oh.
Or like more cheese or like a salad.
I heard
Something
cheese
like
is basically
that.
a vegetable. So
It could be. It'd be a real good vegetable if it was.
Bruh. We really do need a sound effects button.
yeah.
We do.
All right, so we got a bunch of carbs for lunch. What's dinner look like?
Ooh, I loved eating pasta before surgery.
Okay.
Now I don't really eat it as much.
Are
I'm
you
not-
Italian? I'm really confused. Are you Italian?
No, I'm not Italian. I'm Dutch and I'm German and I'm Polish.
That's called West Michigan, John.
You're
Yeah.
David. Yep. You're David. I got set up tonight, boys and girls. This
I mean, Kate,
This is what
blonde
happened.
hair too.
no, I see it.
I'm
Yep.
Dutch.
Everyone who's listening
West
to this, I want you
Michigan,
all to
Dutch,
know that I got
German.
set up. David was like, "Yo, this interview is gonna be great. Yeah, it's great because you guys know everything about each other because you live in the same.
This exactly. We've had
Your
like
parents are
5
both
people
doctors in the
from
same
each-
hospital. Like, I don't
Uh-huh.
understand. Is that your sister? Like, I don't understand.
You've had so many people from the East Coast where you can talk about Philly, you can talk about all this shit. I don't understand. This is my time to shine, John.
There's like 3 people who live in Michigan.
I know. That's why it's so important to
It's
know
you,
someone else
Abby,
from
and it
there.
used to be Will Trotter, and now he's gone. You don't even live there anymore.
Nicole, thank you very much.
Nicole's from Alabama.
She's from Alabama, but she lives in just north of Cadillac. Thank you very much.
Don't care.
North of Cadillac. It's
Yeah,
not
so
that much up there.
Nicole is one of the classic, one of the greatest women on the group calls, and she's lost 100 pounds over the last year and a half, and she lives up in Cadillac. She does all her workouts from her basement. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Wow.
She's great. People.
Mother of 2.
I would not be motivated to do
Mother of
at-home
2.
workouts.
I don't know how she shattered her ankle a few years ago in a car accident. She has metal plates in her ankle and she still cranks it out. Yeah. And so super cool.
So Abby, who's not Italian, but really should be. So what did dessert look like? Were you having cannolis and tiramisu or like?
I love tiramisu. That stuff is so good, but
this whole thing was a setup. I'm going home.
But I feel like in Michigan, people eat a lot of pie. I love.
Do you? Is that a thing?
Pie is big in Michigan. Yep.
And what else?
Amish
ice
pie.
cream.
Anything Amish.
I'm a big fan of anything peanut butter related.
Oh, me too.
Have to.
Just like candy bars. I love candy too. Sour stuff.
So wait, is Michigan like Lancaster, PA-ish? Like you said Amish, so is it like you've never been there, have you?
Dutch.
Nope.
I mean, yeah. So like, Lancaster. So it's Dutch.
It's super Dutch. Yeah. Okay. All
so
right.
I mean,
I need to visualize because when you say Michigan,
Amish,
it's
not Amish farmland, but like some of that food vibe is very. I mean,
is it?
Goulash is big in like the German/Dutch communities.
I'm gonna fucking starve when I come out there. I already see it. I'm gonna have to pack shit.
No, there's actually a lot of good food here.
I don't know, Abby. I don't know.
He's scared. He's this bougie Italian that I'm going to take him to Olive Garden and it's going to be hysterical.
Do you understand that that's how you end up in the trunk of a car?
Olive Garden is so much better than whatever your grandma can make. It's not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
Abby, it was really lovely meeting you. That I hope that you enjoyed our time together. I am coming to Michigan now. You won't see me, but I'm coming to Michigan right now.
All right.
Good.
We're back on track here, Abby. All right. So I'm actually super intrigued on the transition because John, this is something I learned from John when it comes to how doctors go about the nutritional process. Yes. They treat it very differently, similars, but different. You decided for the surgery. You're in that process. What was your pre-op, surgery, and post-op like?
So I had to do 6 months of weigh-ins, but I wasn't required to lose any weight from my insurance company.
Okay. Were you required to stay the same? Like you had to maintain?
They didn't say anything about that. I'm sure that if I gained weight, I probably wouldn't have gotten the surgery, but I didn't lose weight until I started the pre-op diet, the liquid one, which, oh my word, that was the most terrible thing in the whole world.
Yeah,
but when I did my pre-op check-ins, like I would just go to the doctor's office. They wanted me to show them what I was eating in a day. So I pulled up my MyFitnessPal, showed them what I was eating.
That's great.
And then got approved for surgery. Had my pre-op diet where I had headaches every single day because there was anything in my system.
Yep.
And then
So what were you eating on the liquid diet? Like I started to like come up with like I was making protein jello and protein pudding. I had diet Snapple coming out the ass because we were allowed to have diet Snapple. Did you guys weren't allowed anything?
No, I was allowed to have sugar-free popsicles.
Yep.
I could have beef and chicken broth.
Yep.
Sugar-free like Gatorade. I think I had sugar-free vitamin water as well.
You freeze those come into a nice
and then
slush.
Protein shakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, listen,
but
when there's a will, there's a way.
And when I had to drink those Premier protein shakes every single day, I think you had to drink, what was it, 3 a day or something? You had to get like 60 grams of protein. I got so sick of those that I couldn't stomach any more of them at the end of that. I had to switch from Premier protein to I actually started using Gene Pro after surgery, and that saved my life.
Yeah, I was doing the GNC Selects. They come
Were
like
those
already. These were slamming. They were really good. And then after that, I discovered Real Protein. But
Yeah.
during that time,
But the shakes were the most appealing things because
Oh
you
yeah,
wanted a shake.
highlight of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for
Mhm.
sure. And
I just
I
wish
think
they had all these flavors that they have now, like the cinnamon roll and like pumpkin
Oh, Abby.
spice. They didn't have those when I had
Abby, let me tell you
surgery.
something, Abby. I had surgery 6 years ago. They didn't have shit back then.
Yeah, they probably had just like clear protein powder that tasted like ass.
Yep. Yes, they did. It was terrible. I remember I came into work and I was allowed the, like you said, the chicken or the bone broth, whatever.
Mhm.
So I came in with the collagen in the fucking cardboard box one that's like this tall. I came in with that. I came in with like 4 Snapples and that was it. And like I was the kid who was just like always ordering lunch. I was ordering food from everywhere. Who wants this? Who wants that? So I was just like sitting at my desk, mad miserable, drinking from the carton of not even heating it up, just drinking broth and just being
Oh
like,
my
I want my life to end. Like
Yeah.
I want my life to end now.
So you had surgery while you were in school too?
I had surgery. No, I'm 28. I had surgery when I was 22. Yeah, no. I think
So
I was
you said you
pretending
were
to
at
go
a
to
desk.
college then.
Okay.
I was at
Okay.
desk at work. Yeah, no, my desk at work.
Oh,
Yeah. No.
Student mindset. I'm always
All
thinking
good.
about school.
All good. I wish, man. Like I said, my worst regret. So my weight is what kept me from going to college.
Oh,
I just
okay.
couldn't. Yeah, I just could not walk around campus. I did it for 2 weeks. Told my parents I was going for the whole semester, and I used to go to McDonald's drive-through, order $30 worth of McDonald's
90.
breakfast, and sleep in my car. And it was great.
And it was great.
That's my
I mean,
college
isn't
education.
for everyone, so.
Hey, man, I'll never know if it was really for me because I never got inside.
So then
No,
how
but
was that how was that transition? So you had the surgery
Mhm.
right afterwards. Was it smooth sailing? How was like that process for you?
Yeah.
It was not smooth sailing for the first week and a half, I would say. So I woke up and I thought I was dying in the hospital. They instantly started pushing fentanyl in my system, and then I was great. Then I felt great. But I almost had to stay an extra night, and I knew that I didn't want to because I wasn't off the fentanyl yet. So I just remember like saying, I want to go home. And so then I stood up and I finally started walking. And my mom actually has this video of me walking with my little pig slippers on through the hallways of the hospital. And right when I started walking, I just started like a switch flipped. Like I just started feeling like I got this, like I can do this.
Yep.
Because I don't know how, but walking like helped the gas pain go away. So then
Mhm.
I was in less pain and I was more motivated to start the journey actually.
I can relate to that like crazy.
Yeah.
No, that walking around. So like during you guys did the pre-optive meeting. I don't know if they did that by you, but like by me, it was like they put everyone who was like on the schedule to have surgery that month with that doctor in a room in like a little auditorium in the hospital. And they were like, okay, here's the rules and the guidelines of having gastric sleeve surgery. So these are the do's, these are the don'ts, yada, 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 yada. So then day of surgery comes, and the whole time throughout that pre-operative meeting, they were just like, you have to get up and walk around. If you don't get up and walk around, you're going to be in miserable pain, yada, yada, yada. It's going to be worst pain in your life. Don't do it to yourself. All right, no problem. So like this was my first surgery I ever had in my whole entire life besides having my tonsils taken out when I was 5. And that's not a real
Same.
surgery. I got to eat fucking ice cream afterward. Like, go me. So like the whole time I'm being a little bitch. Like I'm 6'5", 500 and whatever pounds. And I'm looking at my dad and I'm just like, I don't want to fucking be in pain after this. And he's like, you fucking idiot. You signed up to have half your stomach removed. You're going to be in fucking pain. So again, old school fucking mentality, old school Italian mentality. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm going to walk. It is going to be my mission. I've never walked my whole entire life. I don't walk anywhere, but when I wake up from this surgery, my ass is walking. Mm-hmm. So I wake up from surgery. They say, you want to walk? I said, absolutely, I want to walk because I didn't feel any pain yet. And I was like, absolutely, I want to walk. So this other gentleman who was getting surgery the same day as me, no joking around, he had to be, I'm 6'5". He must have been like 7'4". He had to be like 7'4".
Wow.
He had to be like 7'4". He had to be like almost 600 pounds, but he was stocky. Like you could tell at one point in his life, he was very athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm walking around the hallways and he's in his hospital bed crying to his wife that he's in so much pain and he can't move. And I'm just like, that's exactly what I don't want to be. And then I did like 5 more laps and I just kept walking and walking and walking. And then, I didn't, thank God I had no like real bad post-op pain. But what was your mentality like? So like you wake up, you do the whole walking gimmick and then you go home, right? So like, what's that first morning of waking up in your house like?
So I was definitely in pain all night long. I was staying at my parents' house after the surgery so that I could have my mom help me and take care of me, which is great. I love being taken care of. But I would wake up, I think just one time in the night, and then she would give me my meds and then I would go to sleep and everything would be fine. But I had a very hard time initially getting all of my fluids in.
Okay.
Like it was just so weird having to adjust taking different size sips and like different size bites and all of that type of stuff. So I felt like I was drinking and then I was just completely full. And so then I couldn't keep going. But and then I would try and go on a walk every single day outside, which I did. And I feel like that helped me the most with losing the weight. Because then once I got back to school at Michigan State, I lived off campus and I was like, okay, I'm going to walk to class, which at Michigan State, that's
brutal.
That's 7 miles. So I was walking 7 miles, from my apartment through campus and then back at the end. It was in the snow at sometimes, but I had some real good boots. So, and my AirPods. But I just kind of started doing it. I started walking. And then once I was good with walking, then I started to go to the gym and I started on the elliptical. And I've always had like kind of a fitness background, I would say, with swimming. So like I knew what to do in the gym. So I kind of just told myself, we're going to do 15 to 30 minutes of sweaty cardio every single day. And then every other day, we're going to alternate between arms, abs, and legs. Okay. And so that's what I did. And it's worked out great in my favor, I would say, so far.
Absolutely. When did you start noticing progression within yourself? Like obviously the scale was moving, but when did you actually start to see the progression?
So I started to see it probably 2 months after. So like in December, every year my family, we do this thing called fancy lunch. It's when all the girls in our family, we dress up and we go to this super nice lunch and we get to see each other and have fun. And the year before I had gone and I was looking back at the pictures that we had taken from the year before and then how I looked now. And I was like, wow, I can actually see a difference. Like this is actually working.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So this fancy lunch, do you guys wear like white gloves and big hats?
No, but that would be fun. That would be really fun. It's usually just a lot of sparkles and glitter and alcohol.
Okay. I imagine like, you ever see how like people dress to the Kentucky Derby? That's what I imagine when you say fancy lunch. So what is your lifestyle like right now?
So right now I'm working out as much as I can. I'd say probably 4 or 5 days a week. I go to Planet Fitness because my boyfriend is a manager there. So it's
one?
Very ideal. The one on Eastern and 52nd, but he used to be at the one in Center Point Mall.
Oh, he was there for Center Point is the one I go to. So
he was there for over 6-7 months.
You guys are related. I'm
okay.
This whole thing was a fake
I definitely know.
It's called Dutch Bingo. It's called Dutch Bingo. Everyone knows each other in West Michigan.
That's funny.
But yeah, you probably did run into him. His name's Max.
Max. Okay.
He always had shiny beads in his hair.
Okay.
Listen, can you do me a favor? When you get off this call, I want you to go to Max. I want you to text him or sit next to him or however the situation is. I want you to say, do you know this guy who thought that he could lift a lot going to a Planet Fitness and making a dick out of himself every day?
You know what? If I show him a picture of you or like your Instagram, he'll probably recognize you.
Oh yeah, look at that lunk. I had to push the button on him like 15 times.
Look at that moron. He takes pictures in the Smith machine. Look at him.
He takes pictures in the Smith machine.
Look at him.
it's perfect. Planet Fitness, baby. That's all you need. You don't need anything more.
I love Planet Fitness.
I love it too. John may mocks me for it. But.
You know, I love Hot Pockets, but I don't have Hot Pockets anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hot Pockets are real good too.
I go to a man gym where we
don't discriminate. We have a whole mural of Wonder Woman on the wall. There is a lot of ladies that go to my gym, but I do go to a great gym.
I go to a beefcake gym. Let's put it that way.
No, you go to a gym that serves cake.
Pizza,
yeah,
actually.
they do. Pizza
Except for they haven't done pizza.
Pizza bagels, I know.
It's
COVID
Yeah.
shenanigans. I've actually never. I want to put it out there. I've been going to Planet Fitness for like 7 years. I've never actually had a slice of pizza.
You know, I went to Planet Fitness one time in my life, and it was for the free pizza. And that is not a lie.
Do that still.
Not a lie.
That's
I was
funny.
dating a girl in high school. Her friend, and her friend's boyfriend wanted to go to the gym. I don't go to gyms. They said it was Planet Fitness. I was like, wait, they serve free pizza. I went to the gym, sat in a machine, ate my free pizza, and then she lost the necklace that I got her in the Planet Fitness. That's my Planet Fitness story.
That's too funny. All right.
It's an
So
eventful one.
this has been a roller coaster back and forth right now. This has been fun. What nutritionally now has what does the day look like today? When you eat, what does it look like?
Yeah.
All right. So I eat a banana every single morning.
Okay.
I feel like it helps. I read something online that it's really good for you if you eat a banana every day, and it helps you with running. I don't know how.
Potassium, probably.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. So I eat a banana, I have a cup of coffee, and I put a scoop of collagen peptides in my coffee.
Okay.
So that's I think it's 25 grams of protein maybe.
Gotcha.
And then later on at between lunch and breakfast, I usually have a snack, like some veggie chips or something. And then for lunch, it honestly depends on what day it is, where I am, but I always try to get protein, vegetables, and then between then and dinner, I have fruit,
Okay.
some grapes or something.
Love grapes.
And then, yeah, grapes are so good. For dinner, I really like just chicken, vegetables. What else do I eat? Oh, I love having turkey tacos, ground turkey.
Tacos.
Yes.
Mhm.
Flour or
I
corn
try to
tortillas?
Flour, of course.
Flour, okay. I would have said corn, but
Really?
You're a corny ass motherfucker.
come on, corn tortillas, yes.
I don't like the texture of corn tortillas.
And you gotta double it up.
They fall apart all the time, and I don't like
That's
that.
right. You gotta do double, and then true tacos. If you go and get
Oh my
tacos,
God, I hate this
it's corn tortillas. Thank
yeah,
you
it
very
is
much.
corn tortillas, but I like the flour ones.
Okay. This is always a classic. Is John went through this phase, and I think it's super interesting that I experienced it and not even have surgery, where there's this war on carbs.
Yeah.
And
carbs.
doctors, there's a lot of doctors out there that's like, nope, you can't have any carbs for the first 6 months, all this kind of stuff. Was that instilled in you? How are you now with carbs? Were you kind of?
So I definitely didn't have just a piece of bread or some pasta for probably 4 months.
Okay.
But you go to Olive Garden and you see those breadsticks and you're like,
Now you're fucking with me too, right?
No, I love Olive Garden breadsticks. So
Yes.
and you're like, I have to have it. So that's probably what broke my.
Jesus, if you're up there, what did I do? I'm just trying to help the world.
You can't deny Olive Garden.
blue eyed.
It's incredible.
Their breadsticks are so good, and they're unlimited.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
There's nothing better. There's no better way to trigger a New York Italian than saying that you like Olive Garden. There's just nothing better.
Vomit probably tastes better.
No.
Oh, it's too funny. So you didn't
the war on carbs.
The war on carbs. You didn't have any big fear of carbs through the process?
No, not really.
Okay, that's good.
See, I was shit scared.
I still don't really eat that much pasta. Mainly because it's just super filling to me and it just makes me feel heavy. especially I don't eat Alfredo sauce, but every single time I do, I feel like I'm gonna get sick. It's so
that's the
thick
cream.
and creamy, and like it's just not for me. But
I feel you.
I'm trying to think of like what carbs you eat during the day. I really like.
I mean, obviously
muffins.
your fruits.
If I see a muffin, I'll eat a muffin. But
so my question
like
is to you is this: do you weigh out your food, or you're just going until the sleeve says no more?
I just wait until I get my signals.
Cool. And your go-to signals, what are they?
So I usually hiccup like when I'm full, which
like
is
a motherfucker,
weird.
right?
Yeah.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. Or
I
I
get
just
the runny nose.
I actually have a runny nose right now, but not when I'm full.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro.
Do they like? I don't understand. Like they in surgery, they like.
Dude, I don't know what it is.
Plug
something
to your brain, and you like.
Yep.
Hiccup when full.
Yeah. Yep. Or why does your nose run when you're full? Anyone could scientifically, especially if this friend of mine cannot tell me as to why my nose runs when I'm full.
Yeah.
No, it's the craziest thing, dude.
Science
There's
is my
so many
thing.
weird things from the surgery that I can't explain.
So you eat till you're full, or when you get the signals, which is fine. I think that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So your portion control just comes from the sleeve, which is natural. There's a lot of people out there that are just like that. So now what I wanted to ask you is, you like to stick to like kind of the same thing over and over again? Do you have fun? Like,
if I see something I want to eat, I'm gonna eat it.
You eat it. Okay.
But
that's cool.
like,
that's great.
My thing is controlling how much of it I eat.
Right.
And I didn't know how to do that before I had the surgery, but learning portion control and like having my own limits has helped me a lot. But I don't want to like hold myself back from eating what I want to eat either.
Right. 1,000%. I support that. So what I tell a lot of people is, like, bariatric surgery for me fixed a lot what was going on up here rather than it did for the rest of my body. Like, everyone thinks it's like this magic bullet, you automatically lose weight, yada, 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 yada. What it did was it actually just gave me the mental check that I needed. And it fixed a lot of my mental issues that I had when it came to associating food with comfort and food with whatever.
Yeah.
And it broke those bonds. So I'm glad that we kind of have some common ground on that.
Especially Italian food.
I'm really disappointed in both of you. I have to be honest with you. I still feel like this is a setup. I feel like I'm going to get a text afterward. I feel like David's going to
set up.
Nope. I feel like David's going to text me and be like, "Hey, bud, I want to let you know that's my cousin. She's never been, heavy a day in her life. She actually has no idea what VSG is, but she played it off really well, and we got you."
And just so you know, I'm drinking a synthetic sugar.
Dude, I wanted to say, I love how you just break open a 7-Up podcast.
Guys, just so you know, did you not know that synthetic sugars are the reason why you're fat? Did you guys know that?
Yep. So anyway. I just want to put this out in the universe. Now, I just want to put out wanted podcast co-host, business partner
for drinking,
occasional punching bag.
Love me, John.
I do. Yes. There's love in my heart for you,
and extreme hatred as well.
It's not even. You just piss me off. Anyway, all right. So, Abby, I want you to tell me 3 things that you learned about yourself throughout your process of having VSG. This is a new question, brand new, never done it before.
This is a new question.
Goodness, what have I learned about myself? Well, I definitely learned that if I want to do something, I can do it. Like, before I had the surgery, I hated running, never wanted to run at all. After the surgery, like, I've gone from running 1 mile to the most I ran was 6 miles at a time. And like,
nice.
I never thought that I would ever be able to do that.
That's awesome.
Definitely picking something that I want to do and then doing it. VSG has helped me with that. Staying motivated. What else have I learned about myself? Well, so before I had the surgery, I was on like anti-anxiety medication, and actually through losing all the weight and through everything like that, I felt like I didn't really need the medication anymore. So I guess I learned not to be reliant on medication as well.
That's awesome.
What else? I also learned that like health and fitness is just the most important thing in someone's life. Whether it's
health is
physical or mental, putting yourself first is like the most important thing, because you can't get anything done in the rest of life if you're not there 100%.
Bingo. All right. One more set of questions for you.
Okay.
All right. I would like you to speak to our listeners who are considering or about to embark on their own bariatric surgery journey. And I want you to specifically give them 3 pieces of advice, whether they're thinking about it or they're about to have surgery.
Well, if you're thinking about having the surgery, I'm saying do it. It's the best decision that I've ever made in my entire life. It's changed my mental health, my physical health. It's just made me be more confident, more able to do everyday things. Also, if you are getting the surgery, the number one thing that I recommend is getting up right away and walking after surgery, because that's going to help you in your recovery. And also just surrounding yourself with supportive people that are there for you the whole entire way, and they want to see you succeed as well.
Solid
I would say
answers.
that's my top 3 things.
Yeah,
Thank
solid answers. All right, I lied. I have one more question for you.
Okay.
If you could go back in time and talk to Abby from, I don't know, let's say middle school, who has no idea what's about to happen, on the rest of her life, what would you go back and tell her?
Oh man, I don't know. I probably just stop worrying about every single thing in your life. Like, you're in middle school. You don't need to take everything as seriously. Enjoy your life, enjoy being with your friends. Don't listen to what other people are saying about you because of how you look and stuff like that. Basically just live your life, not anyone else's.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Where can people find you on social media?
So I have a fitness Instagram account called munchie.fitness. That's pretty much it. I use that all the time. I love posting about my workouts and motivating other people that are having the surgery or have had the surgery. I get tons of people message requesting me about tips for surgery and stuff like that. And I love when they ask me questions, because I feel like I'm helping them, and that's essentially what I want to do.
Absolutely.
After having the surgery.
That's amazing. Seriously. You've been an amazing guest. How would you rate the ALG podcast as, like, your first podcast,
I would rate it as a 10 out of 10. I felt super comfortable, and it was easygoing, and it was fun.
I loved hearing David and John just talk shit to each other. It was great.
That was fun too. I grew up with brothers, so I know how that goes.
Well, I'm glad.
No, yeah, absolutely. No, it was awesome having you on. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you sharing your story. And I think that it's really, really cool. And it's really helpful to have people like you within the community, sharing their stories, talking about what they went through with surgery and stuff like that. Because my biggest thing about, this community, especially online, Instagram weight loss community, is that we need to actually be a community, and we need to rely on each other, because we don't all have the answers. Like when I started my journey, there was no guys in the community, quote unquote. I was like one of the first guys, and it would be weird to hit up, a female account, let's just say, and be like, hey, I'm experiencing whatever. And I just feel like the more voices we have, and the more that people are represented, the better we are as a society. So yeah, again, I just appreciate you being on. Thank you for taking that leap of faith. I know, as I said at the beginning of the show, you were in store for a shit show. I did not lie.
It really wasn't that much of a shit show.
All right, if you say so.
Yeah.
When I come to Michigan, I please you and your boyfriend, please come have real Italian food with me, or just come to New York. Let me know when you're in New York, and I'll take you and your boyfriend for real Italian food.
Sounds good.
None of that Olive Garden bullshit.
All right.
There's no such thing as a cannelloni, by the way. I see that on their commercials all the time. They talk about this cannelloni thing. I don't know what that is.
Is that supposed to be a cannoli or something?
No, it's a pasta, and I've never heard of it.
Oh.
A cannelloni. I don't know what that. Anyway, I could go on this fucking all night. Guys, if you've made it to the end of the podcast, I appreciate you. David, you ready to wrap this up?
Wrap it up, baby.
All right, here we go. Bingo bango. All right. If you want to join us each and every single Wednesday night, you could do that by going to www.alg.com. I lied. It's www.accountable-life-group.com, clicking on the events tab, and that'll take you right in through Zoom. We do a free weekly community call every Wednesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific. If you are interested in coaching, you can go to www.algcoaching.com. If you want the Accountable Life Group Journal, you go to amazon.com, search it right in the search bar, baby. It's ALG
And it's
Accountable Life Journal. And it's in the link. It's in the link. If you could 5-star rate and review the podcast, that'd be fucking awesome. For the highest state of readiness, save with Redcon1. Go to redcon1.com. Use promo code T20JRPS. Real Good Foods. They're running a sale. Everyone's doing a Black Friday sale. So go on to realgoodfoods.com. Use promo codes the gains in between. Save 25% off your whole entire order. I think that's it. I'm done now.
Hammered.
Yeah.
And with that, toodles.
Stay beautiful, stay sexy, stay accountable.
Toodles.